Level up your English with Skyrocket English class. Vocabulary to talk about data. Part 1. Increases. There are three main verbs which express the increase of something. These include to increase, to grow, and to rise. For example, we have grown our product range by 50% in the last 12 months. Or, the price of butter rose 25% in 2023. But there are more expressions to talk about increases, and learning a few are sure to add life and interest to your speech. Back to graphs. The highest point of a graph is called a peak, which is both a verb and a noun. For example, new memberships to our gym peaked in January. Or, the price of oil peaked at the start of the war. To peak. Another way to express a peak is to reach a high point. For example, sales reached a high point in June. Or, in Milan, temperatures usually reach a high point in July. To reach a high point. More words. To express a large increase, native speakers use the phrasal verb to shoot up. Remember, shoot is an irregular verb. The past and participle is shot up. For example, sales have shot up this quarter by 33%. Or, food prices shot up last year. To shoot up. Another word to express a large increase is to soar. To soar means to fly rapidly into the air, but we also use it with data. For example, the price of raw materials soared after the pandemic. Or, inflation is soaring, so the central bank has had to increase interest rates. To soar. Finally, there is to surge. To surge means a sudden, powerful move forward or upward. It is commonly used to describe the action of the ocean when a wave surges into a bay. We use it in data to describe a sudden, large, and temporary increase. For example, there has been a surge in new bookings this month. Or, website traffic surged when the company released a new product for sale. To surge. Decreases. To express a decrease in something, we use the verbs to decrease, to drop, and to fall. For example, complaints have fallen by 20% in the last quarter. Or, sales of t-shirts dropped by 50% over winter. Another way to express a decrease is to decline. To decline means a gradual decrease. It is often used in a negative context, as in when something is in decline, it doesn't normally recover. For example, birth rates have been declining in the Western world for 30 years. Or, the decline of the Roman Empire. To decline. To express a small, temporary decrease, we use the word to dip. To dip means a small decrease which will probably recover to its previous level. For example, audience numbers for the TV show dipped in the summer. Or, sales of socks dip in August. To dip. Finally, here are some words to talk about a dramatic and usually unpleasant decrease in something. The first of these words is to plummet. To plummet expresses a sharp or dramatic fall. For example, sales of the car plummeted when the company announced that it did not meet the new CO2 emission requirements. A synonym for to plummet is to plunge. To plunge also expresses a dramatic and often catastrophic fall in something. For example, shares in airlines plunged at the beginning of the pandemic. To plummet and to plunge. Fun expressions for dramatic decreases include to go into freefall. To go into freefall is used for financial markets, currencies, and share prices when the value of something falls without end. For example, the Russian ruble went into freefall at the start of the war. Another one is to go into a tailspin. In the physical world, we use it as an expression when a plane falls out of the sky. In data, we use it to refer to financial markets when the value of a currency or shares crashes. To go into freefall and to go into a tailspin. If the value of something goes up and down, the verb is to fluctuate. For example, we've seen fluctuating temperatures all summer, as low as 20 degrees and as high as 40 degrees. A synonym for this is the adjective to be volatile and the noun volatility. For example, the price of gas has been volatile due to world events. To fluctuate and to be volatile. If something becomes stable, then the word is to stabilize. For example, particles of CO2 in the air have stabilized. A synonym of to stabilize is the phrasal verb to level off, which means to plateau. For example, wage growth has leveled off in the last quarter, or the price of gas leveled off at the end of the year. To level off does not have a positive or negative meaning. It simply means that after going up or down, the line on a graph has now become flat. To stabilize and to level off. To practice this vocabulary set, why not visit us at skyrocketenglishclass.com, where you will find flashcards and an activity set accompanying this video. Or, for hundreds of real-world expressions, phrasal verbs and vocabulary to help you speak naturally, why not check out our book, Next Level English, 50 Lessons to Improve Your English, on Amazon. Back to the video. Part 2. Vocabulary in Context. Listen and read this story to discover how these phrases are used in context. News this Monday. New figures released by the Consumer Price Index indicate the price of food staples has risen by over 30% this year. This increase has been attributed to the soaring cost of food production. In addition, the cost of food transportation has shot up by 40% this quarter due to a decrease in the supply of oil, contributing to this unprecedented surge in food prices. Analysts forecast, however, that food prices have already peaked and consumers can expect a decline in the cost of grocery shopping from September onwards. In other news, sales of Huawei phones have plummeted due to US government restrictions, causing the company's share price to plunge this morning. That's all for financial news today. Back to the studio. If you enjoyed this video, check out the others in the series. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.